Welcome to Air Management Systems. This is the third video of this series. It will show you what you need to do to get your new or used spray booth installed legally in the highly regulated region of Southern California. Air Management Systems, supplying paint booths and pollution control systems in the Southwest since 1983. What are the reasons for getting a spray booth permitted in Southern California? A spray booth is a ventilated enclosure that is used to protect you and the buildings around you from the harmful effects of spray painting. These booths are often required by law for any company or individual that uses spray painting, including all manufacturers, vehicle refinishing facilities, furniture manufacturers, and even artists. The process of applying for a spray booth permit is not an easy one. It takes time, patience, and knowledge about the law to get it done correctly. This video will provide information about the steps in this process so that you can apply for a spray booth permit with confidence. Step 1 is to decide exactly what size and type of a spray booth you need. Check out our second video of this 5-part series for help with that decision. Step 2. You need to work out the best location in your building to place the new booth. That location will be important for the plan creation and applications you will be filling out. Step 3. You need to determine what jurisdiction you will be applying to and submitting plans to. You'll be working with both your local pollution control agency and building department. In most cases, they can provide the forms and the detailed plan requirements you will need to properly complete your plan check submittal packages. Step 4 puts you in front of your computer or at your drafting table. You will be filling out forms for your local air pollution control agency. You'll need to detail the types of paints, solvents, and spray gun cleaning methods you will be using. Then from the spray booth manufacturer, if you buy a booth, or from scratch if you're going to build a spray booth, you need to clearly show what the booth will be constructed from and how it will exhaust the air at the required velocity. You'll also need to show on a site plan to scale where the booth will be located on your property. Will your booth be located within 1,000 feet of a school? Will you have a heater on your booth? Will the heater have a low max burner? When everything is complete, you can submit your pollution control agency permit application and submittal for review. Step 5 puts you back at the computer or drafting table to fill out the building permit application and prepare a set of specific size drawings as required by your city building department. Generally, they like to have an 11-inch by 17-inch drawing or a 24-inch by 36-inch sheet for plan checking. Now, as you did for the air pollution folks, you will be creating a new site plan to scale, showing the location of your new spray booth in your building on the property. This first sheet in your submittal set should have a good drawing to scale, showing the property lines and the placement of your building within that property. This drawing is best to show the place where the exhaust duct from the booth is more than 30 feet from any property line and not within 10 feet of any opening in the building. A few specific sections of the site plan will need to be a detailed scope of the work you plan on doing, a building code analysis showing the codes you are following for the plans and the year they were adopted by the building department you are submitting to. It's a good idea on this first sheet to have the project team noted. Usually you list the owner of the property and the contact information for that owner. Additionally, you're going to need a section with the project data, including parcel number, legal description, zoning classification, occupancy classification and building type based on the California Building Code criteria. How many stories is the building? State if the building does or does not have a wet fire suppression system in it. Lastly, in this section, you'll want to state the number of parking spots the property has and if it meets the city's required volume of spaces. Yes, this does seem like a lot of things that do not relate directly to the installation of a spray booth, but in our region the building departments will ask for it. Next, you will need to create a comprehensive sheet index. You'll want to use the site map and building plan as your first 2 sheets. Then your pages from the manufacturer of the booth or your design drawings for the booth you are building from scratch. Be sure to provide all of the details of the booth's construction. Include the type of walls, ducting, fans, motors, lights, and roof penetrations. They are needed to evaluate if the booth meets the California Fire Code and Mechanical Code. Seismic calculations for your region with a California licensed engineer's stamp. If the engineer requires special anchorage to the floor to meet that earthquake standard, then a section on the required special inspections for those anchors will be needed. And at the end of the index, you're going to want to show your electrical sheets. Be sure to provide electrical panel schedules and single-line diagrams. Show how you will be connecting into the existing electrical in the building and how that new connection will meet the California Electrical Code. A deferred submittal note may be required for the fire suppression system on the booth. Typically, the fire sprinkler contractor will permit their work separately. The deferred status just means that your booth will not get a permit until the fire sprinkler plans are approved. And as I talked about in an earlier section of this video, the city or county you are submitting your permits to may require additional notes on your first sheet in the plans not discussed already. The second page in your submission is going to be the building floor plan drawing. It will go into more detail, showing wall construction, office locations, bathroom locations, occupancy classifications for the different areas in the building, exit doors, disabled persons access, types of construction, and location of the spray booth in relation to walls. You will need to show roof framing details on how the duct holes in the roof of the building will be done. Also, as discussed in the second video of this series, you will need to show that the walls adjacent to the booth are at least 3 feet away or they are a minimum of 1 hour fire-rated construction. For your third page, it is best to have the notes and specifications of the booth you are installing. How it will meet all of the specific codes related to California Mechanical Code and the California Fire Code. Both codes have very specific verbiage on what is required in your new spray booth. Your notes should show how those rules are met. A fourth page will have the assembly definitions, details, and illustrations of how the booth is constructed and of what material the booth is made from. You'll also need to note how it will meet the earthquake standards at your location, as well as ducting installation details showing clearances spelled out to meet the California Mechanical and Fire Codes. This sheet may need to be stamped by a California licensed structural engineer, unless the booth you purchase has a third-party listing like UL or ETL. Clearly defined details and dimensions are critical for a successful evaluation by the plan checker. Now onto the final page. It's the electrical details. You will be showing the types of lighting used, horsepower of the fan motors, and their full load amperage of the voltage you will be connecting into. Provide in the plans a complete wiring diagram with panel schedules and a single line diagram for the booth. How it will interconnect into your existing building electrical system. As with all of the earlier pages, be sure that the details you provide meet all of the applicable California Electric Code requirements. Congratulations! You have now put together a complete submittal set for the local air pollution control agency and city or county building and fire departments. Based on the size of the booth and what types of finishes you're using, there may be other agencies to submit plans and specs to. But on average, the earlier explained application and drawings will get you a legally installed spray booth in Southern California. Remember, once your plans are checked, there may be corrections from the review. Just respond with a written response sheet and correct the drawings to satisfy all of the requirements. All of this is a process that can take many weeks, so plan accordingly. Getting a spray booth legally installed in Southern California is tough. We know it because we have been permitting spray booths in this region for 38 years. In that time, we developed the tools and expertise to have a 100% success rate in permitting our customers' spray booths. Give us a call or email us, and we will get you in the right spray booth in Southern California's very regulated region. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you will know when new informative videos from Air Management Systems will be available. Thanks for watching. If you have questions about air management systems, please go to our website at airmanagementsystems.com or give us a call at 1-888-878-6114. We are looking forward to help all of our customers throughout the Southwest with the best equipment and service 38 years of experience can offer.